Hey there, Brenda. That was weird. It didn't report anyone was here before you sent a message. Welcome to the live stream. Thanks for joining me. Hey there, Ellen. Hey, Luann. Hey, guys. Wow, YouTube really is slow to report stuff. All of a sudden, everyone's just here. It said I had 0 people here. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Gary. Let me know if that fan in the background is annoying, and I'll turn it off. Hey there, Amanda. Welcome. So I messed up the video for 539, plastered the Patreon thank you page right over the top, the interior view of the mausoleum, and I didn't realize it until everything was completely done, and so I freaked out and re-exported, and yeah, good, that's awesome. Yeah, I was hoping that it wasn't too loud. I had to recently replace my AC in here, and so I have a window AC in right now, and that's what I'm going off of. I apologize with the lighting. I was gonna turn my colored lamp over here into a just normal white light for a little bit, but I realized my controls are all in my phone, so now I can't get to it without pausing the live stream, so I just figured I'll deal with the dramatic backlighting from the sun here for a little bit. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I know it's been a while, but I'm gonna try and get back to it here pretty soon. Been really thinking about doing the Twitch stuff too, with all the problems in the AC and all that. And everything else going on in life, it has been really kind of hard to just hop on and start a new thing, so I have been kind of putting that off more and more, as you guys know. But yeah, I missed hanging out with all of you too. Thanks, Brenda. Doing pretty well, Ellen. Aside from some of the stuff that I posted, I have posted a few shorts on the channel recently discussing some of the family issues I've been dealing with in my extended family. I'm going to be putting up some links to that GoFundMe for my family that lost their home in a fire recently, and so yeah, other than all that, I'm doing pretty well, and got a bunch filmed. We got tons of episodes. It should have been up at 8 today, but it was just, like I said, it was my mistake once again. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and upload Tuesday's episode today at some point. Thank you, Ellen. I appreciate it. And no matter what you can do, whether it's $1, whether it's $5, or whether it's nothing at all, just send your thoughts and prayers. You know, I appreciate everything you guys do. And, you know, as I've always said, you know, you don't have to do anything, but you know, I do appreciate it. And I'm just putting it there for them, that if you're capable, you know, it'd be wonderful. And, you know. Yeah, it goes a little deeper than that, but I'll leave that to the short. I'm not going to get into it too far right now. But yeah, so I'll put that up at some point. I can't put it up on the live right now because I'm doing it off my phone. So yeah, we're just kind of, I don't think I have my battery charged, otherwise I'd hook it up, but I know my phone's probably it's about 70%, so it should last a while, but I really don't know. So, hey Barb, welcome to the live stream. Hope I am not missing anything. Oh, I don't know how to turn. I hope I have live chat on. Oh, there we go. So yeah. But I'm happy to be back, happy to be live, and like I said, things are still in motion. Everything that I've talked about in the past is still in motion. We're still planning to do it. It just got delayed because of all the craziness in life going on, and so I just had to do a reset here, and yeah, well, that's where we're at. So I'm not sure exactly when the first Twitch stream will be, but I'll let you guys know. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. If you're enjoying the stream and you want to give it a thumbs up, that does help somewhat. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, life's life, you know. sometimes we're just at the mercy of the wind, and there's nothing you can do. But yeah, for right now, everything's calm. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to update. I think, yes, I did mention my mom in the recent post too. She had some minor health issues, and that just all got resolved. She got through surgery yesterday and out fine and doing well. So that's pretty much done there. Just some minor kidney stones. Oh, weird question to everybody. Is there a weird amount of people in your life right now that have kidney stones? Is it just me? I know 4 people in the last 2 months, and I haven't known anybody for years. I've known plenty of people in my lifetime that have had kidney stones, right? But I've known 4 people in my life in the last 1 to 2 months, I want to say, that have had kidney stones. And I just wanted to pose that question to everybody. Is there a weird amount of people in your life that have kidney stones right now? I don't know. Maybe it's like, I was just thinking maybe it's like something that they changed in the food, or like, it's usually like salts and things like that cause something, not necessarily salts, but so I thought that maybe it was something that changed, and maybe it was just me though. Well, that's good to hear that most people aren't experiencing that. But yeah, it was just like, is there something strange going on in the food supply? Some, new additive or a new flavoring or something like that they developed and they didn't realize, oh no, it gives people, but who knows. Riding horses, well, they used ultrasound on her, but yeah, that would be something. I don't know. But it's been a long time since I've ridden a horse, which is completely not the point of that comment, I realize. But it did make me think for a moment, how long has it been since I've been on a horse? Yeah, it looks like they got everything, and yeah, since I think it was Friday. No, Thursday. I'm getting my days mixed up. Today's Saturday. So, sorry, I keep looking over because I got my upload going here. It's like I said in the short, if anybody actually watched the short, I'm not lying. It's not uploading. It's waiting on YouTube to process the HD version, and it checks for the copyright issues. Yeah, I think it's been like 20 years since I've been on a horse. I think the last time I went was in southern Indiana. I think we went trail riding. What park was that? I can't even remember the park, but they offered trail riding or something, and we went on that. It was a lot of fun. I don't know if I'd ever do it again. I don't know. The thought of making some other animal just lug me around, I'd rather just hop in a car and just like pet or feed the horse. Like I don't want to ride anything. Yeah, I don't think it's as popular anymore unless you're like an enthusiast, yeah, unless you like own a few horses. I don't know that. I know, like, I see like beaches offering like ocean horse riding and things like that now. I don't know. Hey there, Tina. Tina walked into the middle of horse talk. I don't know how this happened on the Mystery Channel, but we somehow made it here. But yeah, no, horses are amazing. I do love horses. Oh, yeah, you live on a farm. That's awesome. I used to be on farms more often. I think I've mentioned we used to have a friend of the family that was Amish, and we'd go over and have rock soup parties every once in a while and go hang out on the farm with all the animals and everything. Gary, that sounds awesome. I mean, Iceland in general sounds awesome. I've always wanted to go there. Oh no, Ellen, it's fine. I was just joking. No, that we can talk about anything. But no, that's really interesting though. I do a little bit of farming. I grow tomatoes and turnips and all kinds of herbs, basil and rosemary and oregano and thyme, and I think I killed my which I don't know how, what was it? It was a curry plant, not curry, that is actually, it is used in curry, but it's not curry, because there's curry leaf, which comes from a different plant, which it probably is also the curry something, but there's also something called curry plant, which is like a spicy sort of curry-like thing, and I believe it was native to India, and somehow the heat here in Indiana killed it. So I don't know how that works. Maybe it's a mountain thing. Maybe it actually grows up in like the India-Pakistan region, where it's kind of could be way up. So maybe that's what it is. Oh wow, station there. That's interesting. I didn't know there were a bunch of like bases there or anything. But that's really cool. There's a lot of interesting like abandoned stuff in Iceland. Like, you know, people are always taking photos with like the plains on the like the volcanic rock beaches or whatever, and oh well, happy to provide an excuse for you, Ellen. Yeah, I can imagine that gets pretty dirty. Yeah, herbs are amazing. It's awesome to add to almost anything. The base closed. Oh wow. I wonder if it's abandoned now. That would be interesting. I could go to Gary's old base and explore. That'd be some... I don't think that's ever going to happen on the 539 channel again. But maybe somewhere. Who knows? I've been thinking about starting some of the new channels I was talking about too, but I think I'm going to wait probably a few months at least. Keflavik. I'm not familiar with it. I'll have to look it up, though. Vegetables. I've been thinking to myself technically lately, what even is a vegetable? So I don't really know if anything qualifies. Tomatoes are technically fruits. I have cucumbers, but those are berries. Or melons. I have squash. Squash are technically vegetables, right? No, there should be a fruit though, right? Because they come from a flower. Right? I don't even know. Is there vegetables? Are there vegetables? Or are vegetables just a thing that we imagine here in America as like the opposite of sweet things? I almost think like that's the real only vegetable, is just savory plants. Yeah, potatoes are potatoes like roots, you know, like a carrot is a root, and then a turnip is a root, like strawberry is a flower. Strawberry seeds are actually the fruit. Yeah, what is the... Hold on. What is the... I'm just gonna Google what's the definition of a vegetable. It's like... I mean, I've been lied to since kindergarten. We went through the, you know, the pyramid, and the pyramid is BS. Like, they're... Like... Including... the pyramid is actually designed to sell stuff that we have more of, which is grains. The original one. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay. Vegetable. In the middle of uploading. You know, I guess it's not uploading. Never mind. So it doesn't matter. I'm not taking up any space. Sorry for making you stare at me. But right on the side of my face here. Green, maybe. Needle and bow, hey, sorry I missed you. Is broccoli a vegetable? There we go. Broccoli, I think that's a good candidate. Okay. Sorry, we're Googling vegetable. A plant or a part of a plant used as a food. What? No, it's not. From dictionary.com? What kind of lame definition of a vegetable is that? A vegetable is a plant used as a food. That is every single plant that is edible. That's not possible. Vegetables are parts of plants that are consumed by humans. Is that the only qualifier for a vegetable? Well, no, okay. Yeah, wait. Vegetable. Yeah, that would be right. Vegetable is any, because vegetable comes from vegetation. And vegetation is just plant life, right? So, yeah. We've been lied to our entire lives. There are no vegetables. Everything is a vegetable. Vegetation. Plants considered collectively, especially those found in particular area or habitat. So is that, yeah, is not every single plant a vegetable if you can eat it? And everything is vegetation. Wow. So yeah, apparently I don't know. I think they're lying to us when we get to school. Not all of it. I'm not completely crapping on the education system. But that is interesting. So there we go. The 539 science hour. So I don't know, yeah. I think I missed a few things. Urban Dictionary, no, that would provide a very different definition of vegetable, I think. See, no, I have to do it. .com. All right, let's do. Okay, yeah, sorry, I was gonna do that one, but I can't read that on air. Urban Dictionary has failed us. It is not readable. All right, yeah, there is a definition on Urban Dictionary for vegetable. It is not very, I don't know what one of the terms means. I'm guessing it's probably offensive, and I do know that the other one is definitely offensive, so yeah, we're gonna slide right on by that one. But excellent suggestion though from Ellen. However, turned out unfortunately, yeah, I think that's probably most of Urban Dictionary, unfortunately. Yeah. I think once again anyone can edit that site, so makes it slightly scary. Are we done yet? I think, okay. The HD has finished processing. We are still waiting on the copyright checks. So that's where we stand. I'll let you know the moment that it goes live here, as long as my phone doesn't die. Yeah, Gary, I thought I might get lucky and it would just be kind of like gross or something like that. And then like, yeah, I don't know, maybe I could have scrolled and found one. I didn't really scroll down, but we'll leave that one for, yeah. But yeah, interesting site though. Hey there, Kay. Warrington, oh, Warrington, England. Welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to like go through like if I've seen where that is in my head now. I'm not sure I've ever heard of Warrington. But I almost bet hearing that, because Indiana is like made up of a bunch of people from here. I bet there's a Warrington, Indiana somehow. I just guarantee it. We have a London, Indiana. We have Edinburgh, Indiana. We have, what else do we have? Wow, we have so many. Every name here is just a copy of somewhere else. There's Moscow, Indiana. We have Mexico, Indiana. We have a few that are interesting. I want to go to Santa Claus, Indiana. Oh no, that's fine. I'm always happy to explore. I knew what I was getting into when I went there, so I knew it was possible. No worries, Ellen. Oh, My Chemical Romance. Was that just recently? Yeah, I used to listen to them. I haven't in a while. I love all their old music. Let's try to think. The last song I think I ever heard on the radio, which I think wasn't too long ago, was Black Parade. And that, I always loved that song. I would love to see them sometime in concert. They seem very theatrical, so I don't know what their shows are like, but just watching the music videos, they always seem to be very elaborate, so I bet it would be a good show. One of the bands I have not met. I've never met My Chemical Romance. I guess a lot of the big ones, I had a chance to meet part of Green Day, but like that was because I went to the show. I guess I've done a few that are huge. I guess Saliva was pretty big back in the day, and I got to photograph and meet them. So, but yeah, My Chemical Romance was always one that I wanted to do. But yeah, I never got the chance. They never came. I think they always skipped over Indiana. Maybe they did. They might have come to Indy. That's where I went to see Green Day. So I bet they've been to Indianapolis. Oh yeah, so oh wow, that'd be cool. That's awesome, Ellen. Did you win though? Did you take any of his money? That would be really cool. Trying to think who I've actually gotten to hang out with. I got to hang out with the bassist from, I think it was the bassist from Lacuna Coil. That was at the show, but he just walked out from backstage and hung out with like me and the radio people. Who is the one? Wow, I can hear this song and I can't think of the name. That's gonna irritate. Oh yeah, I hung out with Jimmy 8 World for forever. Like, they just like, it was before this show, I think. We were like hanging out in the parking lot for like an hour and a half outside their bus. They were really nice. And of course, Trey Cool from Green Day pretty much stopped his bus in the middle of the street and just like ran out towards everyone. And that was interesting. But I didn't really get to hang out with him. He just like signed a few autographs and then hopped back on the bus. Oh, hello, Manchester. Yeah, that would be a bad one. You never want to get the city wrong. That's the worst thing you can possibly do. But probably as someone that tours the world, one of the easiest mistakes you could probably make. So it's like a weird dichotomy because it's like you can't do it, but you probably are going to at some point. Drove around with Meatloaf. Yeah, that does sound like a long story. Didn't he? I think he unfortunately passed away recently, didn't he? Yeah, I have. The only other big one I met, I'm not a big fan of his, especially after seeing the show. It got a little offensive itself, but I did get to hang out with Ted Nugent for a little while, and he oddly was trying to get me to come up to. I don't know if he was going to be there, but he kept, like, you should come up to Michigan and check out my hunting ranch. I don't really hunt. Like it's not really my thing, and hunting zebras is not going to seal the deal for me, so. But he gave me a bunch of bumper stickers about it, and then he told me the weather was awesome, and that was the last I ever talked to him. But that's okay. But he probably is arguably one of the more famous people. Actually, I would really love to go see Weird Al. Let's see. I can't remember the name of the CD I have of Weird Al's. I have the one with the American Pie. What is it called? I don't remember what he named it, but I can hear I know the lyrics, but like the Star Wars American Pie parody, which is hilarious. But I'm sure that Weird Al does awesome shows. I can only imagine, as crazy as he is in his music, and I've seen UHF. Wow, I was gonna be really angry at myself. I loved UHF. That was one of my favorite movies. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I don't really know how well it aged. I don't think it's too terrible, but yeah, the drinking from the fire hose scene, one of my favorite. Weird Al is just great. Gary Beckley and Dewey from America. I think I just saw a big concert poster that was rotting in someone's garage of America not too long ago, and I was like, how is that here and not like being saved? That has to be like worth something. So it looked like it was like an original from a while ago. Died during. Oh yeah, that's too bad. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen any comedy type. I've seen stand-up comedy. I got to meet Harlan Williams, if anybody knows him. He was in. Was it How High? I think. Was it? Is that? Am I getting that one wrong? But with Dave Chappelle and who else was in that? I can't remember everyone. I'm bad at names. The Saga Begins. Yes, Spatula City. Yeah, Spatula City is awesome. Yeah, I need to go watch that again. I think I saw it. I'm not sure if it's on Prime or not. Man, it's still doing checks. Yeah, and I want to say it was like one of those really cool, like the guy that had originally done it. It was like, I think it was like a piece of wood, and he had done like the wheat paste thing where it was like permanently adhered to the piece of wood, but it was like you could tell it had been out in the sun for so long, or had been getting direct sunlight for so long that it started to fade and yellow. I'd love to see Bo Burnham. I've watched pretty much all of his stand-ups, never in person. Fluffy, oh yeah, that'd be great. Gabriel Iglesias is awesome. Alice in Wonderland. Oh, that's awesome. Captain of the Titanic. Really, I never knew that. Cranberries are awesome, and I love zombies. Another one, I think, what is it, the lead singer that recently passed, and some band did a really epic remake of the song, or I guess cover. It was like a metal cover, and it was really amazing, and they did it in tribute to her. And I believe her image was in the music video. Oh wow, that'd be amazing. Yeah, I'd love to make it over there sometime and do some videos. Um, I always wanted, there's still a cross-Atlantic cruise that you can take. I think you can get one-way tickets. And I always wanted to do that because I'm not really a big fan of flying to begin with, so I thought maybe I at some point would just hop on a boat and take the boat over and sort of get that experience while you still can. Who knows how long it's gonna be a thing. Thank you, Ellen. Yeah, I need to trim it up a little bit. I was also thinking about dyeing it again. I was gonna go green last time, but I decided to go red, so I might decide and go the I think it's L'Oreal now that makes different colors, and they have a emerald, and so since typically they're better quality, I thought maybe I'd try that. Hey there, Cryptor. Welcome, Tony. Tony from Cryptor. Awesome channel. Make sure you guys check that out. Yeah, it's wild right now. If I did it, it'd look okay, but yeah, it probably needs trimmed on the sides at the very least. But yeah, usually I have like something in it, so it's like sticking out. It's sort of be like, it's supposed to be like a faux hawkish type thing, you know. But yeah. But yeah, I haven't done anything yet today. I have pretty much just been in pure panic mode and heading over to YouTube to correct my mistake, which is corrected, and we are waiting on the YouTube checks. Here's a perfect time. I can complain now that I have another YouTuber here. How about that fake 10-minute timer, which is the YouTube check timer? And then it always says, but checks are taking just a little bit longer than usual. No, they're not. That's completely normal. Like, none of the checks, is it the last 1% that's taking the extra hour? Because it always says 99% done. And it says 10 minutes left, and it'll just count through the 10 minutes, and at the end of the 10 minutes, it's always at the 99%. And then it goes to checks are taking a little bit longer than usual. So it has to be fake. It's not real. They're not giving you the real percentage it's done because they expect you to wait longer if they don't tell you. It's like a common, I know from my sales day, it's like a technique they always taught me. They're like, tell the person behind you'll be right with them, and their average wait time extends for 15 minutes. Like, so like this is like average wait time extending. This is exactly what YouTube's doing. They don't want to tell you that the checks are only at 30% and that it's going to take another hour to get done. They just tell you they're taking a little bit longer than normal. But the problem is that they combined it with the percentage. If had they not combined it with the percentage, and you already could see it says 99% done, then you wouldn't really know that they're not really doing the 10-minute timer. Or you could do it the other way around. It probably, actually it wouldn't work the other way around. So yeah, it's like they're outing themselves at their own fake BS, and it's silly. It's so stupid. Like, you could just put a real percentage. It's like, and it's like, how like crazy is that though? Because like some of these, some of these people are, this is their entire business, and it's like, how is this treating another business like with respect? Like, we're too afraid to tell you what the percentage is, even though it affects your bottom line, So we're just going to tell you they're taking a little longer than usual, but the problem is that 9 out of the last 10 uploads have taken longer than usual, so isn't that completely normal then? Yeah, exactly. See, I knew I chose the right time. I've been waiting to thank you, Kay, I appreciate it. Yes, it absolutely does. Thank you, Ellen. Yeah, so, yeah, I'll let you guys know as soon as everything, like I said, the HD just completed, and so, yeah. If anybody, I hate to kill my own live stream, but if anybody are looking for good cemetery content, check out Cryptors. He's got some amazing mausoleum videos over there himself, and today's video is a mausoleum video. We're doing the second part of the Lindenwood series, so we'll be doing some pretty epic mausoleums there today, and looking at some of the really cool landscaping that I found there. I found some kind of I found some grottos that was really interesting, some stone grottos, and also some kind of mystery features. They're like little stairways to nowhere, and it looks like it maybe was flooded at some point on purpose. So, I don't know. Hey, no problem. Always happy to support the fellow YouTubers. So, yeah, and they've got some amazing ones out there in Cali. Cryptor is right around where I was when I did a few cemeteries out there in the Bay Area. And so, yeah, if you're looking to see more of that area, for sure. And I know I've seen a few of you. I occasionally hit up the premieres and whatnot, and I know I've seen a few of you over there already, so I know a couple of you are already aware. So, yeah, I actually did a video, it was not too long ago. It was in Kentucky, and Tony, Cryptor, had found this video on TikTok, and it had done a video about it on his TikTok, and it was a small little cemetery that was bricked in to a parking lot in front of a grocery store. And so I realized I was going to be like really close to that when I went to Louisville, and so I shot down to Elizabethtown, which is where the cemetery was, and I ended up filming it in person. So because of him, I got to actually check out a place that I never would have heard of. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. We'll have to do probably the Lindenwood again, and definitely I'd love to take you down to maybe do a road trip down to Indy, and because there's that massive is it Crown Hill, I think, where there's like one of the U.S. presidents is buried there, all kinds of war heroes, the inventor of the Gatling gun, Mr. Gatling himself, is there. I can take you to the hill where, David Letterman used to skateboard down when he was a child. And at the top is a famous burial spot of, what is the name of the poet? I can't remember now. I'm really bad at names, but yeah, that would be a great one. I think that you'd love. But, yeah. There's a couple of these places, too, that I need to get keys to, because I've been wanting to get interior views. And I think a few of them allow you to do that. Francisca, welcome to the live stream. Thanks for joining us today. Have I been missing anything else? I know I've been rambling here, and yeah. I'm not losing hope altogether, but I'm really hoping that I don't run out of battery. I might have to plug into something. I have a cable. Hold on. I'm gonna run really quick and grab my long USB. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I got a short one and a long one. And we're gonna see. I wonder if I could just plug into my computer. I don't know how many volts this little USB thing is. Sorry guys, I know this is boring for a second here. But, oh yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about the Lindenwood too, other than what I already said. Wow, Tony, thank you so much. That's awesome to hear. Whoa. YouTube just stopped sensing my touch for a second. I thought we were done for a second. But wow, Tony, thank you for saying that. That really means a lot to hear. I really appreciate that. But yeah, man, I hope that we can get together soon and do that collab. I don't even know if it didn't even say I started charging. Okay, hold on. I know this is gonna pause the stream for like 3 seconds, but like, hold on. Okay, we're charging, and it was good timing. Streaming does a lot to the battery, and it takes a while to charge. I don't know if we're gonna be fighting against it or what, but we're at 34%. It dropped from 69% to 34% just during this time, so good thing I got it plugged in. Good news. The video is officially done, and I'm gonna reach over with this finger here and hit publish. Okay? Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. And again, like I said, you know, everybody go subscribe. He's definitely inspired me too. So Tony is a great guy, and yeah, like I said, I've been to some places because of Tony now, and that's awesome. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. If anybody wants to watch it, it's fine if you completely bomb my numbers here on the stream. If you want to go watch it, I'm gonna hit publish right. Okay, public. I just had to make sure of that. Okay, hold on. Details, I gotta make sure. Okay, we're good. Monetization. Remove the overlay ads so they don't pop up for anyone watching from a computer. And because I screwed up, I'm not going to add any ads before the video. Okay, I think we're good. And 3, 2, 1. We're done. Video is officially published on 5/3/9. If anybody wants to go watch, have fun. Don't worry about the stream. Come back and let me know what you think once you get done. If you do watch it, make sure to, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think. It really does help, especially recently with YouTube. Like I said, you know, you take one mental health break for a little bit, and YouTube tries to punish you for it. So I need all the help I can get right now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. But I'm gonna stay on here for a little bit here and hang out and chat for a little while. The video is about 20 minutes long, so if anybody, 22 minutes and 34 seconds. I didn't realize it told me in the published section. So, or if anybody's on a computer, you can hit that other tab and you can hear me annoyingly talk over the top of the episode. I thought about doing a premiere, but I figured it would be easier this way this time, just so I could hang out to that point and let you guys, you know immediately what's going on. So, and thank you all for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I didn't realize that we had jumped so far. No worries, Francisca. You're more than welcome to watch it at your leisure. I will stay on here for a little while here. We'll see how my battery is going to handle this. So, and through a extension, so yeah, I'm not really sure how long it'll last, but it should last for a little bit here. But yeah, so I guess now that the video is published, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about maybe some of the upcoming stuff too, just to let you know. Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's that's funny because that's usually what I do. I go on. I have um, a extension. I have a secondary monitor from my iMac. I have an iMac and I have a Mac Mini, but and I use my iMac to uh, do all the uploads and everything. And so what I'll do is on my other screen, which is on the other side of this, and I have a Morocco TV on the wall. I'll put the live chat on my iMac screen, and then I'll watch the actual video on the big screen so I can see it in large format, and then I can sort of turn around and check out the live chat. And then I'll usually put the live chat on the screen anyway, but like then I can just turn around and chat if I want to add something in. But yeah, that's kind of funny that you do that too. Trying to actually see what I was playing on the television right now. Apparently it's playing. Oh, it's streaming something. Okay. Oh my. So, do you have to like? How does that work then? Like, trying to figure like. Do you have to sign something when you go in? Like, if the baboons abuse your car, that you're not gonna sue? Like, that's crazy. But I guess like, what would you do if you went in like a bison thing and like a bison rammed your car? Like, I'm sure they would just declare it an act of God and do nothing. Like, I wonder how you do that on insurance. Like, that would be hilarious though. The call only, not the. I'm so sorry to hear that your car got damaged. That's horrible. But it just makes me. It's like that must be like an epic call to make to an insurance company in the United States. Because someone's gonna either think you're lying. You would have to start out with the place you went, because you couldn't just call and say like, a baboon ripped my windshield wiper off, without somebody thinking that you're committing insurance fraud. So that's insane. But yeah, I'm very sorry to hear about the troubles, but that's at least it's a really interesting story. Oh yeah. Let's see, that was the. See how bad I am at names. I think that's the Jesus one, right? I like that. I cannot. It takes me so long to memorize people's names, and then I feel bad because sometimes I have to like review my own videos because it's like, wait, what was the name on that really cool mausoleum that I saw? It looks like. Which makes me happy that I actually remembered your name, Tony. That like I think it's just because so many other people knew it and like kept pounding it into my head that I just never forgot. Oh, hey, Big Steve, welcome to the live. Didn't realize that my chat's going. It disappears so quick, and then there's like on the phone screen. There's plenty of room to show, but it only shows 3. I think I might be able to adjust that then. Sorry, I missed you there, bud. Another Cali guy in the house today. Big Steve Entertainment. Yeah, at least it's not only me. It makes me so. Oh, hold on. I gotta mute this. Oh, Kilborn, the Vincente Veritas. Yeah, it reminds me of what's that movie where the vigilante movie where they what is that where they kill the people right before they always cite the Latin, like some Bible verse in Latin. Does that even make sense to anybody? Yeah, I think from Hayward as well, I believe. Let's see. Savannah, welcome. I'm doing well, thank you. I hope you are also doing well. Yeah, welcome to the chat. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second, and okay, yeah, wow. I freaked out there for a second. I was back in upload mode for just a moment, and then I realized, nope, we're good. Okay, I'm gonna close that. Wait, no. I want something to do here. I feel like I'm doing a bad angle. It can't be good to stare down my ear canal while I'm live, so I apologize. So, okay, yeah, the Lindenwood, we were gonna have 2 more parts at least from the Lindenwood. Well, no, I should say I have 2 more parts at least filmed, so we'll have a Tuesday episode and a Saturday episode from Lindenwood. Sorry, somebody walked by my ring. Okay, anyway, and then I'm gonna go back there and film probably 3 or 4 more episodes. It's so huge, and then there's so many parts. There's like I believe some sort of military memorial or Civil War memorial. There is a historic African American section, which is a really important part of our local history, and so I'm going to be going and doing that. And then we're going to be doing, I haven't finished the mausoleums yet. I literally ran out of batteries and space before I left the place, so that's how big this place is. So there has to be 100,000, maybe not 100,000, maybe 60,000 graves, something like that, maybe in that area, I think. Maybe I'm overstating. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't look it up right before I went, so don't quote me on that. But really large place, and yeah. So I'm gonna be going back there. I've got a bunch of mausoleums left to film. I'm gonna try and get the keys to the chapel, if they let me, or have an escorted visit. I don't really know. So I'm gonna try and beg them with my life to let me up in the bell tower and then down in the basement that I looked through with my camera. So we're gonna see how well that goes. Yeah, I don't know around here. I just don't know. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Francis. Yeah, I've been staying updated on that restoration. I want to do another episode probably soon. I don't know if they've done too much more since I last filmed, but yeah, I'm going to keep doing that. So, and we're going to keep visiting a few other places too to see if any of the restoration work is further along, is further in progress. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yeah. Yeah, I find that spacing them out a little bit, it's sort of like, it gives you a good, I feel like the algorithm works better that way. It's like right as the other video is starting to get a few days old and the algorithm might be starting to wane a little bit, then you give it a fresh injection of new content, and it kind of helps not only your current video, but it helps the previous video, and they sort of help each other out. So yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. No, I am gonna try and go down there this fall when the foliage dies again. I wanted to do it last year, but with I think I can say it now. Can I say it now without getting screwed? It's the second channel. It doesn't matter. With the pandemic going on, I just didn't feel comfortable, so I didn't go anywhere. So yeah, I will end up getting back down there hopefully this fall and check it out. Probably late October sometime, and then I think I should be able to get a really good view, and I might stop by the office and just ask, how far can I go? Can I move bushes aside? Can I stick my endoscope through? Can I get just see how far they would really care. I'm sorry to hear that, Steve. Yeah, that's sometimes our health issues and other issues in life can prevent us from getting out there when we want to. It's rough. But I have confidence that you'll get there, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back there. It was a really interesting place, and yeah, it was. I think I told everybody about the mystery guy. I think was a PGA golfer. I don't know if it was. I've been wanting to look it up and see, but he asked specifically not to be on camera when he gave me that tour, and so obviously the only thing you saw was occasional pair of legs or him from the back or whatever. So, but he said it was fine for me to film and that he would narrate and tell me everything, and it was really interesting. But yeah, I didn't know who he was. He just saw me walking and introduced himself, and again, I don't remember his name, so I have no way of looking it up. So. I got locked in Cave Hill. Oh wow, that would be a scary one to get locked in. That was my fear. I left early every time. Like, that is like I'm not like afraid like, to be next to graves or anything, but just that thought of like not being able to get out, or to have to like climb out and leave your car and everything in there, and like that thought just was almost a constant state of panic for me. So I always left hours before, because I had that experience one time. I think it was in Indy, at Crown Hill. I think that's the right one. I always mix up the hills because everything's a hill. Phoenix Hill, that's interesting. I wonder if that was a direct, like, sort of joke about the Cave Hill Cemetery being Phoenix, the bird that rises from the dead or whatever. It rises from ashes, or... He had to call the police, wow. Yeah, I think it was in Indy. They were like, the gates closed at 4:30 or something. It was something crazy earlier. I don't know if it was... Maybe it wasn't early. Maybe I was just there late. It might have been 6 o'clock or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, no problem. So I hop in my car. I have like, it's a huge place, and I have like 15 minutes left to get to the gate. And I'm like, we're cool. And I get all the way to the gate, and the gate's shut, and it's locked. And then I look at the sign. It said, sorry, this gate actually closes at 4:30. You need to exit through the gate all the way on the other side. And I have like, I forget how many minutes left to get. And I did make it, but I almost got locked in Indianapolis. I believe it was Indianapolis. Yeah, I don't think there could have been any other place it could have been. Yeah, it's interesting. People that walk around in cemeteries and graveyards seem to be really friendly. Some people. I have had people... joggers are always... I don't know if jogging a lot, you just encounter so many people and it just makes you a little nervous or something, but every time, like, I see joggers a lot, they'll like turn the other way and just jog the other way, and it's like, I just got a camera, I'm not here to mug you or anything. Like, I don't think I look that scary. So, I don't know. I don't think my tattoos are that visible from a distance, so. But maybe they're just wanting to be alone, so I completely understand that. A lot of people go, and I see a lot of people reading in their cars. Sorry, I keep touching the screen so the chat doesn't disappear. Oh yeah, I have a computer. Let's just go to my channel. What if I just... Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, hold on. That should work. There we go. And then I will pause my stream. There we go. Alright, I know I'm... Wow, that's not a pretty picture. Okay. I'm like streaming right on the side of my face. Just have to change this to the live chat so it doesn't screw me over here. And we'll pop that out. That should work. Maybe. Oh, that's so small. Let's see if I can zoom now. Zoom. Come on. Sorry. Oh, yeah, okay, absolutely, I feel the same. Yeah. I don't even go anywhere anymore, really. I have like 2 or 3 businesses that I go to. Like, I haven't been to a restaurant in, other than going through a drive-through, which I rarely do, I haven't been in a sit-down restaurant in over 2 years. I have not eaten out. I typically don't go to the grocery store. Anything I need, I order in. Like, yeah. I go out to, yeah, for recreation, for, to go walk around or to go film or do that, but that's almost it. Occasionally late at night. I've gone to the grocery store like at midnight, like when no one was there, and I pretty much went in and bought, the grocery store near me has like a sushi bar, and so I just go in and buy sushi and then leave. But that's been a long time too. I think that's been twice in like 6 months. Oh yeah, I loved that too. Yeah, it was such an interesting place. Yeah, it made me think that at one time there might have been more water there, because it seems like it should go down to water on the other side, but maybe it really is designed that way. That place just made me wonder, and but it's really cool. It's like that. I like that type of landscaping. I would love to have that type of, well, obviously the big stair feature would be incredible, but even just the little stone ones would be really cool to do, like in a backyard or something. I would definitely do the outdoor dining thing. I'm trying to think, like, well, probably, depending, but there's not too many. There are a few around here, but mostly in downtown areas, which isn't too far. There's a few, well, some of the downtown areas have them and some of them don't, like the bigger towns. I think probably Auburn has some. I'm sure that Fort Wayne has some. But yeah, I guess there are some like rallies and things like that, or checkers for those of you in other areas of the country, or I don't know if rallies and checkers is international or not. I have no idea, but they have outdoor dining. Does anybody use that anymore? Has anybody ever been to a rallies and seen anyone? I occasionally have. In the downtown areas, I see people use them because they walk more, but like in like suburban like rallies, I don't remember the last. I remember a long time ago people had used them. It was like a thing. I don't know if I want to call them stupid, but those metal umbrellas. I think I always wanted one when I was like a kid. Sorry, I keep bending over. I guess you can't really see the behind me anyway. Let me adjust this up a little bit. No. Sorry. Oh, really? So rally, they don't exist out on the East Coast. Maybe it's just a Midwest thing. I think Florida has like checkers. I don't remember where the line is. I can't remember if they're a franchise or not. Which is, if they're a franchise, that seems dumb, because couldn't you just choose one? But I guess that's not how franchises work. Yeah, there's another one of those coming up too, as a little hidden not sneak peek, but secret info here on the stream. There's a bigger one coming up, and it looks way more epic. It's so cool. and you can see it almost looks like there's either a grave inside or it was the stone that they sat statues, because a lot of grottos have like depictions of like the nativity, like Jesus as a baby and Mary and Joseph, and some of them have just depictions of Mary and Jesus, or I think what is it called, the Madonna, when it's the Mary holding the Jesus off of the cross after he got off the cross, and so I'm not sure what was there. I'm gonna have to ask on that one, but like I said, just at this point, just kind of exploring on my own, and then we'll kind of go in and maybe get some of the deeper history, either via my own research or by getting some from the office directly. But yeah, there's another grotto coming, and it's really cool. Like, it was big enough and craggy enough that I was wondering how I got in and out without seeing any bats. So it was, I mean, it's not huge, but it's like, it was pretty deep. I would like to say about 15, 20 feet deep, and deep as in into the hill, not deep, like, so, sorry, I missed something. Hey there, Patricia. Moving, oh wow. Yeah, that's always a big undertaking. Getting everything packed up and ready to go, like, and then having to re-unpack it and restage it in the new place. So yeah, well, that's awesome though. I'm assuming that's as a personal choice, a good thing. So congratulations, if so, on the new place. I hope your move goes well. Every time I do this, I think the phone's starting to die. Okay, I have to figure out how to... It doesn't let me zoom the same way on my browser anymore. And all the chat is so... There. See, it says it'll do it. Let's see if I... Okay, maybe I was doing it wrong. Now it's working. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, I think I missed that other... Yeah, to go back to the people getting kind of creeped out or freaked out in the cemeteries, like, yeah, I think some of it is the camera, that they don't want to be on camera, or there's that old, you know, remember it more from like the 90s, being on vacation, it's the camera duck where everybody thinks they're in frame, so the media is, you know, so like, I think there's like that nervousness that they're messing with you somehow too, and so they don't want to get in your shot, so. Oh, sorry to hear about yeah, I can understand if the violence level is rising in your local area, that it might get to a point where it's too much. That sucks. Thank you, Luann. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, if you guys want to... Rallies is a fast food place. Yeah, again, the same as Checkers. I don't think Rallies or Checkers are in California. Wow. I went to say Cali, but then I was... Yeah, you get it. But, let's see, what would be... I think, I don't know what it would be like out in California. It's just like... sort of a regular, almost Burger King style hamburger, maybe, if that's maybe Wendy's style, but it's like a different sauce. I'm trying to think, maybe sort of like a Thousand Island-y type sauce, but not like a Big Mac, like a different kind of thing. And then it's seasoned fries, like deep fried in batter, so it's like a batter fry instead of regular French fries. And then it has like, I don't know if you're familiar, I'm sure probably you've heard of Lowry's seasoning salt. They have the Lowry's on it, so it's like actual, it's not just salt, it actually has a lot more flavor. So that's the best way I can kind of describe Rallies and Checkers. Yeah. There are Rallies in California. What city are you in though, Scott? Welcome to the live stream, by the way. I don't know if I've said hi. Yeah, Savannah, that's a good point. I always try to stay away from mourners, people visiting specific graves, um, funerals, things like that. Yeah. I always want to be respectful to people who are there for a more somber purpose. I don't want, to cause any grief. Texas to Pennsylvania? Wow. Brenda, that's insane. I can't imagine that bus trip. Okay, I'm missing stuff. Hold on. I'm going back to this one. Alright, I'm backing up so I'm not filming my ear canal. Water and Rock Garden are doing wonderful. They now have a resident. A frog has moved into my one lower. I have several several containers. I have a small one that has pickerel in it, which is like a kind of medium-sized leaf water plant that shoots up big purple flowers. I guess it's not medium-sized; it's just young. Pickerel actually gets huge. But I had a frog move into that, and I've got 8 lily pads now. I'll have to do a live stream from there sometime. Yeah, farms are awesome. Yeah, I can imagine that you can't live on a farm without that being your full-time and only job. 3 days, wow. I can't even imagine. Yeah, I couldn't do it because I'm okay with 3 days in a car, but if I'm not in control of when it stops, I will freak out. Like, it has to be on my terms. I love road trips for that reason. I can stop whenever I want. I can go wherever I want. I can decide that's it whenever I want. Wait, what about fish? Oh, did I make it sound like I was... yeah, sometimes I mix subjects. I just see something I just start talking about in the middle of the other subject. Yeah, so I have a resident frog now. I'm waiting to see if my entire pickerel container gets covered in eggs now, and we have tadpoles. I'm definitely gonna keep a few and then transfer the rest to some other place where they can live. I'm not gonna get rid of them, obviously, but I know when frogs lay eggs, they lay a bunch, so I'm gonna keep an eye out to see if some of those need to be moved to like a pond, because I don't want to overpopulate and end up causing any stress on the animals. Oh yeah, I'm just not back to like buses. Like, yeah, like I don't mind short bus rides, and it's great because bus rides are cheap, and yeah, I think the overnight ones are just, it's like I would have to have the like full on headset, like the that you put your phone in. Obviously they're meant for like VR gaming and things like that, but I would have to have like that and just headphones and just like zone out and just like watch movies the entire time. Like, there's no way that I could just, like, I love scenery and all that too, and I'm one that, I always want to be looking around to see things and see, where I'm going through, but like, I would have to check out. $340, yeah, that's not too bad, but yeah, it's a decent trip though. But yeah, my California trip was, what was it? From here to California is like 2,000, something like that. It was 5,000 miles round trip, and I went from Indiana through Chicago, all the way to the border of Wyoming, down through Wyoming to Denver, Colorado, over the mountains, and then up to Salt Lake City, from Salt Lake City to San Francisco. I stayed in San Francisco for a week, and then I went all the way down to Southern California. I was 2 hours away from LA and never went to LA. Instead, I turned the other direction and went all the way to Las Vegas, and that was all in one. From San Francisco to Southern California to Las Vegas was all one day though too. I could have cut through Death Valley, but I decided not to do that. I do want to go back there. Headphones on Scott. Yeah, I would do that too. Hey, I missed Ian. Hey, Ian, welcome to the live stream. Good to have you. Good morning. So, yeah, it's a little bit bigger. It's definitely a different experience, but yeah. But I feel like you guys too could go to mainland Europe and get that too. So definitely not bragging, but like it is definitely a great experience though. But I want to do the Europe road trip sometime. My goal is if I go over on the boat, I want to like rent a car and go. And connect it. Is there sound? Anybody hear me now? Is it even live? Okay, I can hear the stream now. Can anybody else hear it? Okay, I can hear the stream now. Can anybody else hear it? Okay, I can hear it. Okay, yeah, so, hold on. I'm gonna tell that to... Oops. No, stop. What is it doing? Okay. Yeah, so, I'll get it. Sorry, I have to mute myself. So, there we go. Alright. I had to turn my Wi-Fi off. Which is weird because, well, it glitched on both my computer and my phone. So I switched to the slower network and it worked to reconnect this computer to the internet, and then I had to turn the Wi-Fi off here. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. My router apparently freaked out and killed my the 5G connection. Not 5G, like cell phone. Awesome, good to hear. That was bizarre. Um, because it was weird because it happened out in the field last time, or not in the field. It sounds like I'm like military or something, but out what was it, the cemetery? Yeah, when I was doing the restoration stream last time, and I took everyone the stream along to film that location, and it killed my audio then, but this had to be something different because it kept reconnecting, and it was something with the router. So that was strange because obviously the router's fine. It's just the 5 gigahertz connection that's not working. So I just switched down to my 2.4 and it worked fine. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's heavy traffic. I don't know if I adjusted. Okay, I'm not gonna go and start talking tech, but maybe I need to adjust it. Yeah. Let me see if can I go back now? Okay, so I didn't screw up my chat. Okay, sorry, I missed the, yeah, so there's rallies in LA. Huh. But not in northern. I think there's no, but I think if I remember correctly, but there's none in San Francisco. Maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, apparently people in San Francisco have never heard of rallies. That's interesting. But let's see. But yeah, anyway, yeah, thanks to, I don't think Tony's still here, but thanks to Tony for stopping by. Make sure, again, you can check out the Cryptor channel. Trying to see if there's anything else that I missed before. Oh yeah, I was talking about the road trip. But yeah, yeah, it was really cool. Definitely want to do it again. Now it's doing a different thing where it's turning the it's acting like it wants to lock my phone screen. This is gonna get irritating now. Okay, I think I'm just gonna live with it for a minute here and see how that goes. But yeah, again, thanks to everybody for coming. If there's anybody new in that is well, not new to the stream right now, we got on here originally to upload the 539 video again since I screwed it up and had to re-export it. So check out the new 539 video if you haven't already. It's up on the channel right now, ready to watch. Any travel plans? Nothing really big. I would like to go back to Michigan maybe over the next few weeks and hit some of the locations that I had to leave behind last time. One location I need to get permission from. It was an old abandoned cemetery behind a business warehouse, and I got there and there was security parked in front of the path and a gigantic sign that says no one is allowed to trespass or visit this location for like any, it's like you have to call them ahead of time and schedule, and they have to give you permission. So I want to go see it though, but I want to do it the right way. Oh, thanks, Kay. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm getting all... I'm thinking about 3 things at once. I apologize if I'm a little bit back and forth. But yeah, every single time I go out on a road trip, it's just like, it does kind of encourage even myself more and more, is like, just to see what's out there. It's like, and that's why I like road trips too, just because you can stop at these very distinct places, and not only that, but explore places that if you were to stick to like planes or highways or whatever it was, even like, you couldn't go to these little bizarre little places that almost nobody sees that might be so incredibly interesting, and there's a lot of them around here. Like, there's a place in Indiana where you can go and park like under a waterfall. There's an official road that actually goes through a river and not over a river. It's like places like that. Like, it's small, and it's so interesting, and it might not take like the entire day, but it's the perfect little road trip just to see something that you've never seen before. In the United States, most cemeteries are considered private property, and it's whatever the owner wants. Most of them are open to the public, just kind of de facto, just because people don't care, or they want people to maybe be able to come and stop and visit. A lot of these country graveyards are private property. You're not technically trespassing when you're there, just sort of like when you go into the grocery store, it's private property, but you're not trespassing. There's an assumption that you're allowed to be there. So a lot of the places are like that. They have signs, they are very welcoming. Some of them aren't. Some of them you don't even know are there. There's a lot of little tiny graveyards and cemeteries way out in the middle of farmers' fields that are inaccessible, and you have to go up to the farmhouses and actually physically ask permission to cross their cornfield to get there. And occasionally those are open, like some of the ones I've done in the past, but a lot of times there's no problem. But every once in a while you do run into places that are completely marked as off limits, locked down. There's one I wanted to go to north of here. In Michigan, and there's a General Motors factory, and inside the property, which is completely secure, there is a small historic Jewish cemetery, and it's open once a year to the public, to come in and visit. But I was hoping to call and get permission to do it, get a private, not tour, but a private entry so I could film it. But it is completely surrounded by the GM, and no one is allowed in. Again, I could call and possibly schedule something, but in terms of just showing up at the gate and being like, I'm here to see the cemetery, it doesn't, here it does not work like that. They absolutely are mostly on private property. Some of them, there are national cemeteries, I think, that are considered private or public property. Most of them still, though, public property, even here, is not necessarily public 24 hours a day. So like even those like national cemeteries close at like 4:30, and if you're there after 4:30, it is considered trespassing. So yeah, it's weird here. We have different sorts of laws than I think a lot of like Europe and whatnot. I know in a lot of places, trespassing can't be a crime unless accompanied by another crime. I think in the UK it's sort of like that. Like if you get caught somewhere you're not supposed to be, but you weren't like vandalizing anything, you're just standing in the middle of a business, let's say, which I think they had a lot of problems with. A lot of YouTubers doing overnight challenges, because in the UK they couldn't charge you with a crime just for trespassing alone, but it's not like that here, and a lot of places are considered private, so sometimes that's unfortunate because a lot of historic places go unseen. So I take some issue, with getting to a historic 1800s graveyard and having a giant, you need to stay out of here, you're not allowed to go see the history. type of mentality, but you know, it's unfortunately that is the right of these people who now own the property. So um, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I think maybe in some circumstances where they're physically attempting to protect the property from like further vandalism or something, if a lot of damage has been done, I can see why they would. But I think there should be, you know, if you have something like that on your property, I think you should be willing to work with at least certain people who are there for the right reasons. But that's just my opinion, and just the reality of the laws in the United States right now. Yeah, I really do like the little historic ones, and I like finding them too. I think it's a lot of fun to actually go out in the country and discover these places. Sometimes they're, you know, you can get a lot of information from Google or from like Find a Grave or things like that. But even then, like occasionally you just stumble upon something by accident, or you have a feeling like, you know, it's like there's a little pathway going out into the middle of nowhere, and you know, what do you know? It's a cemetery. And I've had a few experiences like that. It's been a long time, but a lot of places I find on my own. Some of them are marked, you know, but every once in a while you will just drive down a road and it's like it's not marked on the maps. There's no entry, you know. I think Find a Grave has to be physically entered by a user. It's not necessarily, I don't know that, I think some of it is loaded from national databases, but I'm not sure if all of it is. But yeah. And then of course there's the ones like I can't remember the name of the I think it might be Frank's. I can't remember what the family name was, but there's one that I've been looking for years. It is a completely vanished cemetery. It is on the map actually, a approximate location, which is now a wooded area in the middle of a reservoir park. And so for years I've been searching, hoping to find signs of the graveyard and signs of these. Wow, holy crotch rocket, that was a loud motorcycle. I don't know if anybody else heard that. Anyway, yeah, for years I've been looking for it and still haven't found it. I think everybody now online is pretty much, there's like two groups of people: the people that actually believe that I'm looking for a cemetery, and the people that think it's complete BS and that I'm just making up content by walking in the middle of the woods for like 6 hours. So oh, I'm definitely still dropping in battery. We just hit 20%, but that's a lot better time frame. Oh, that's cool, okay. Yeah, that's really interesting to be on that side of it, to be able to start something like that. I know I occasionally have thoughts of, I want to at least at some points make calls to let people know, but like sometimes, you know, it's like, yeah, I want to make sure that I can get to more of these places too, so I often try to just concentrate on the filming side of it. But yeah, I've always wanted to do like an episode too of actually following along with the people doing the restoration and kind of being a fly on the wall in a way, and just sort of observing and document it that way. But yeah, it's that's really cool though. And George Formby, I feel like I've heard that name before, but I don't know why, and I don't really know anything about them. But I swear I know at least somebody famous by the name Formby. I don't know why though. Anyway, but yeah. Wow, that backlighting is getting terrible. I keep trying to block it, but what time is it? It must just be because I have my diffuser. It's got like a privacy screen on the window, if you've seen it ever, when it's not horrible lighting. So it just sort of disperses the light equally in all directions, so it probably isn't that the sun should be like way this way, like by now, so it must just be the diffuser doing its job, which is more for privacy and for my plants, because most of my plants, except for my cactus, don't enjoy direct sunlight, and this is a west-facing window, so it would kill off a lot of my vine plants. And yeah, and right now during the summer I have most of my cactus moved outside, so ukulele, that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. I get into all kinds of different random artists and art and movies and music and all that, so I might have heard some of it. I'll have to look that up. Yeah. It makes me want to pick up my own ukulele again. I don't think I've played it since maybe the last time I've streamed. No, I did. As I started teaching myself that famous cover of "Somewhere Over the Rainbow," the Hawaiian guy that played the ukulele. I started learning that. Ooh, that's been a while. It's probably actually been a few years. I didn't realize I haven't touched my ukulele in that long. I need to get my guitars out too. Sorry, I stepped on something and realized I had dropped a cap from my distilled water. I couldn't figure out what in the world was under my foot. Yeah, I have thought about that, Francisca. I think nowadays certain places are harder, but harder to disappear. I mean, because so many people are keeping up with them, and there is, I feel like, far more public outrage now over like videos. So I feel like it has that help too, that maybe just by filming it, that there'll be enough public push to do something. And yeah, and if it ever does disappear completely, which it probably will eventually, in some time frame or another, then it will be recorded for everyone to see. But yeah, it's sort of a weird duality here of we're absolutely going to protect this, or it's too bad, it's we've got to move on, we've got progress to be made, so like I see both. I've seen like we've gone to the reservoir where to the Salamone, where there's a old ghost town there, and there's what is going on? Oh, it's like bouncing. The charge is not quite, it's bouncing, going up to 21, and then it's coming back down to 20, and so it keeps warning me that I'm at 20% battery, and pausing the stream, so I apologize. But yeah, and they weren't so lucky. They were just told, this public cemetery is probably going to be underwater here shortly, and it was 1800s, so there's nothing to dig down to. There's nothing there anymore, especially here in the Indiana clay. It just all pretty much dissolves away. There might be some bones somewhere, but in a lot of cases they don't even find that. And so they did move the headstones all over to the other cemetery, and so there's a section that we visited that's not really the graves, but it is the memorials that they were able to recover from the original cemetery before, supposedly before it's underwater. But when I look up the approximate location, it's not underwater at this time, and I've actually thought about doing a video. So I don't think it ever floods. there either. So I'm not sure exactly. It might be, the only other option is that it really is an incorrect approximation, excuse me. And for some reason, um, they just estimated it was on land because they saw the land, and it actually is underwater. So I don't know, but I might try to hike out to that approximate location and see at some point if there is any signs of anything. But from the looks of the maps, there's not. You can see the old public roads and where they end in the water, but it doesn't look like much. I know, like, in the main section of the ghost town, you can sort of walk around and see in some places where the homes once stood, and see, like, foundations and bits and pieces of broken pottery and toilets, and yeah. It's a kind of a spooky when the reservoir is drained, and you can walk down and see, like, somebody's old fire pit where they used to sit around and have fires with their family, and that you can see the old foundation to their house, and you know that most of the time that's under like 9 to 10 feet of water, if not some places more, and it's just so eerie to walk around in places like that. Well, thank you, Brenda. Yeah, my goal is to do, like I said, I love to do the mausoleum stuff, and I know it's real popular on the channel, but I also, my main goal is to go places that have never been seen on YouTube. You know, these tiny little, you know, country graveyards that are scattered all across the United States, and, you know, 90% of them have never been seen and may never be seen, you know, before they disappear, and, you know, and so I do kind of have a special place for that, you know, that I really like going out and finding them and documenting them. And every once in a while you do find cases of people finding them and restoring them after they were completely lost too. It's like this one that I'm looking for. You know, not too long ago I actually visited a place that was just like that, and it was way out in the country, and the grass was really high, and at some point somebody actually just stumbled upon it and found it was a complete graveyard or cemetery there in the high grass, and complete with an iron fence, and I don't know that they even did that much restoration work. I think it was almost like mostly intact. It was just in high grass, just hiding, and had been there for years, and no one knew about it. And they went in and mowed, and I'm sure they fixed a few things, but it looks almost perfect. Now I actually have a really amazing photo that's on my Instagram through the fence. It's a selective color where I took a shot of my car through the old fence, and yeah, you can just see it's just a pale little bit of blue on the car, and the rest of it's a black and white shot, and it's a really kind of an interesting shot, but that's at that location. It used to be lost. I can't remember the name of it, or what I labeled the video on YouTube. I need to go back and find some of these at some point, but yeah, I'd love to do like more playlists where I could actually steer people into different series and things like that. But at this point, YouTube has like increased my anxiety level so much with everything going on that it's, you know, just to go back in and start working on things just means I have to go and stare at all my numbers in the face, and I don't really enjoy that anymore. It seems like maybe YouTube finally figured it out, actually, though, as much as I've complained about these things. I got a link today on my 539 account, and it said, you know, please go take this survey. And I always do it, but this time it was different, and it was specifically about the things that that I've been complaining about for years. Like, just like, it was like, how well do you think that YouTube promotes your videos and stuff? And I got to finally complain directly to YouTube about you know, being punished for taking a break, you know, having none of my videos being suggested to my followers after I, you know, take a mental health break, which is ridiculous. you know, the notification issues that's been going on for a while, the sheer fact that they just never believe you when you contact them and ask them for help, and you know, and they finally ask those questions. It's always been about like just the stuff that just almost never matters, and for so long they've just been like, you know, when you, how well do you think that we're like making tutorials for you to learn how to be a YouTuber? And it's like, don't ask me that question. I know how to make content. I've been a photographer, a professional photographer for decades. Like ask me or tell me, you know, what are you doing to fix YouTube? What are you doing to improve the algorithm? What are you doing to make our lives easier doing your job by suggesting our videos to people who want to watch our videos and not hiding them from my own audience? You know, what are you doing to not make me get messages from my followers saying, I stopped watching your channel 2 years ago because you quit making content. What happened? And having to reply, I've been making content the entire 2 years that you've been haven't watching because YouTube stopped suggesting my videos to them. They thought I quit YouTube. And so for years now I've been waiting and waiting and waiting because you just can't get through and you can't talk to them. They won't believe you. You know, it's not an algorithm problem. It's not a notification issue. It's just your followers. They don't have the notifications turned on right. And it's like, no, that's not true. It's like, because they're getting some of the notifications, so it's not working. It's broke. And they're like, well, it must be you. And you know, it's just, literally every email comes back, it just must be you. Sorry, can't be us. And finally they sent the right. And so I really hope that any YouTubers that are watching this, that are small like me, it's like, you know, the struggles we've been through. Don't give them the answers that are going to make them happy. Give them the answers that are going to get us the change that we need on this platform, because we have been struggling for years and we know it, and they have not acknowledged it until this point. They have become a corporate stream. It's just, you know, and I don't mean that to say that they only support corporate channels, but just like, I'm just saying, like, if you go to like the main page, the trending page, a lot of times it's the late night television shows, you know, it's the YouTubers that are just doing like your top 10 list. It's just the safest of the safest, or just kids content. You know, it's your Nerf battles and your hide and seek challenges and things like that, and it's just YouTube playing it safe. And because we all know that 10 years ago, this isn't what YouTube was like. This wasn't what YouTube was about. YouTube was about small creators like this channel and my friends, and that's what it was. And we've drifted away from that, and I finally got to completely unload in the nicest way possible, but to completely unload and basically tell them, you screwed up royally, and you have been messing with us for the last few years, and I hope it makes a difference. I encourage anybody out there that has gone through the same struggles, that have not had your videos suggested even to your own audience, not had the notifications go out. You've had people that have had to subscribe to your channel multiple times because YouTube will unsubscribe them because they think it's fake. You know, if you've had those problems, then speak up now. If you're a YouTuber and you have your little, you know, where you go to upload your studio, YouTube studio, go there. The link's there. Use the link. Tell them what it's really been like. No, yeah, that's absolutely right, Kay. They just, it's like, I took a 2-month mental health break and it cut my views in half. And that's not okay, you know. And like, even like if I take a week break, it's bad on my channel. If I take a one-time break, it's bad on my channel, you know. If I have one bad video that people don't like because it legitimately is not that interesting, that should not decimate the next 3 to 4 of my videos. That's unfair, right? Each video should stand on their own accord. Like, not completely. Obviously, they should take into account, how many subs you have and how. But it's like, I shouldn't have, when in the past, and I only say this from past experience, and to those people saying they get your notifications, I'm happy you guys are getting them, and thank you for letting me know, because I do want to know the actual facts. But like in the past, it was like you had a chance. It's like I've had videos go over 1 million views, and it's like, and I've had cemetery videos over hundreds of thousands of views, and it's like, how do you do that and then take into account that I have 30,000 plus subscribers and then say, yeah, this video only needs 1,000 hits? Because, and that, to me, that's YouTube. I could see maybe had I not been doing this for 6 years and not built the platform that I've built here, but like it seems just like between the amount of followers you get and YouTube just suggesting your video to other people that watch that type of content, I feel like any channel should be able to get the amount of the same amount of views as the amount of subscribers plus some, because at least YouTube suggests your video to all of your subscribers because that's what they subscribe for, and then they suggest your video to at least a certain selection of people that watch videos like yours, and then an even smaller amount they suggest new videos to people who haven't watched that type of content before. And then you should be able to get at least a baseline of views. I think that's reasonable, right? That's reasonable. And YouTube, I see channels with 100,000 plus 100,000 plus subscribers. I see channels that have videos with over 30 million views, and I see YouTube suggesting those new videos to less than 500 people. 500. So that tells me that the algorithm's broke, because if you suggest a interesting video to 100,000 people, how ludicrous is it to say that only 500 even checked it out? Only 500 even had just the inkling to even click on the video. To me, that's just an absolute failure. And yeah. And I noticed now, yeah, it's definitely better. The notifications get better the more consistent I am. But I do feel like it's still slightly it's unfair. It really is in a lot of ways that, that you should never, at least, at the very least, even if it is just the 500, even if it is 1,000 or 2,000 views or whatever, that at the very least there's not someone out there that's like, hey, did he quit? Why does he stop making videos? And when I'm currently doing it, that's not right, It's not okay, So, yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird because and then the channels keep growing. It's like, and sometimes the older stuff takes off for sure, but like it's very frustrating. And so yeah, my short plea, I'm gonna stop now. It is to anybody who is a creator that has the creator studio and you have the link, click on the link and let them know how hard it is for us, so that they will listen. Because something needs to be done. And I'll end it there. But yeah, always check the new channel, or the main channel. Like I said, the last few weeks have been a little bit rough with things going on, but like, I always try to have things up at 8 a.m. on Tuesday and Saturday. Like I said, I'm gonna get Tuesday's episode done and uploaded today, so that, and Saturdays, frankly, so that there isn't that problem with the time. But yeah, and we'll see how that works. And if by the end of the year I'm still getting the same amount of views, that means that YouTube's actively suppressing my channel more and more to keep it at the same views. So just to everybody to know, if I continue to be more and more consistent to the point where no one has to guess and my view count remains the same, it means that YouTube is completely screwing me. So I said it here first. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But all I'm saying is keep an eye out. Because, the more consistent I get, the better things should become. because, you know, it's like, again, if I remind 5,000 people or 10,000 people, you know, every time, you know, or if I can get to the point where that amount of people know and they're checking, then I should be able to get at least that amount of views per video. So if I see that the views are still remaining stagnant, it means that YouTube is actually actively like hiding my videos from people, and so we'll see. I'm not blaming YouTube for that right now, but that's my fear, is that the views just continue to remain stagnant, and it shows that something's happening, something else. But hold on, I'm gonna check some. Oh no, come on. I think I got switched back to top chat here. Oh, come on. Yep, I did. Okay, sorry if I missed anything. Thank you, Brenda, I really appreciate that. Yes, Francisca, I agree. It's like, and I get it to a certain degree. I know that YouTube's biggest audience, no matter how much they try to say it's not, but YouTube's biggest audience is kids, and I know I don't make kids content, and I accept that. You know, I'm not asking to get 1 million views every single video, you know? I'm just asking for 10,000, you know, 10,000 views every video for a channel with 30,000 plus subscribers and millions of views. Millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of views. You know, don't I deserve that? And I'm not saying that because of the view number. I'm saying that's how many people I've entertained. Surely those people think I'm entertaining. They watched my videos, right? They subscribed to my channel. Can I get 1/3 to be notified of my videos and have the chance to watch? You know, can I get at least a few extra on top that are people that might discover my channel for the first time, right? That's just not, I'm not asking for the world. I'm just asking to be treated fairly, you know, and for everyone else to be treated fairly. Like I said, I shouldn't have friends with 100,000 plus subscribers who are struggling to get 1,000 views. That's not okay. You know, that is a denial of popularity. You know, that's a denial of your level of being entertaining, right? 100,000 people said this guy's entertaining, this person's entertaining, and YouTube said no, only 1,000 people like your video. Like that's not right. So, oop, scroll the wrong way. Come on, go. It's so hard because it gets to the chat and the scroll direction is different. The y-axis. Anyway, the vertical axis is different, and so it scrolls way up, and I lose my chat. So yeah, sorry, that's the end of the boring part there. But yeah, so I don't know if I ever went into my future plan. Yeah, I did say about the Michigan thing. I have a few different local, sort of semi-local ones that I want to do. Some famous ones. I kind of want to go back to the grave of Johnny Appleseed. And another interesting thing is that there's actually the Johnny Appleseed Festival that happens every year in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and it's at the Johnny Appleseed Park, which is just adjacent to the final resting spot of Johnny Appleseed. And we've been there before. The last time I did an episode on Johnny Appleseed, we actually visited not only the real grave of Johnny Appleseed, but only, I think, 2 miles down the road in a large actually apartment complex with a golf course. In the middle of the golf course is a fake grave of Johnny Appleseed, but it is a memorial where I think, I don't know if it's listed on the maps as the grave. I think it claims to be the grave when you get there, but if I remember, but I know it is an accurate location for a family cabin that, not his family cabin, he didn't really own anything other than the clothes on his back, even though he was effectively a rich businessman, but he lived in a cabin when he was in the Fort Wayne area, and it was owned by a family, and its original location is where this stone is, but I believe a lot of people claim that it's the grave, and it is not the grave. And then there's a city in Ohio that claims to be the final resting place of Johnny Appleseed, and it is 100% incorrect. You can prove it with the newspapers, because the Fort Wayne newspapers were the very first to announce the death and the location of death of Johnny Appleseed, which was in Fort Wayne while he was staying with a prominent family here on his travels. Thank you, Francisco. I really appreciate that. Yeah, and I need to get it off my chest anyway. It gets so frustrating to bottle it up, But so yeah, but I thought it'd be really neat because they do a lot of not like reenactments, but like they bring in like these sort of fake. They're actors. They're just not reenactments. They're Civil War Union soldiers, and they'll just come in like a regiment and play music, and then they'll fire a few cannons off, and then that's it. It's not like a battle reenactment or anything like that, which I really don't care for. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I thought it'd be interesting to go there during the festival. While trying to avoid as many people as possible, but yeah. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it needs to happen from time to time. I feel like I also owe it to you guys in a certain way to tell you the struggles that we're having over on 539 and this channel, and to be honest, at the very least. So, in the same way that, you're watching your favorite TV show and it gets canceled, you want to know ahead of time, right? You want to know that that's what's the reality of the situation is. Hey there, Chris. Welcome to the live stream. Good to have you. So yeah. But yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to go to the Johnny Appleseed grave during the Johnny Appleseed festival, and I just thought it'd be kind of a cool framing of the episode. And it's not just the Johnny Appleseed grave; it is a family graveyard. A private family graveyard of a prominent Fort Wayne family that I'm not sure if, I don't think they're prominent in Fort Wayne anymore, but at that time historically they were, and so they had a small little gated off graveyard, or at least at some point it was gated off, and you can walk up to it and see not only their graves but the final resting spot of a very famous American that pretty much everybody learned about, like at least in the Midwest, everybody in like the tri-state area. I've heard of people. I'm assuming you learn about it everywhere, because I've seen so many people in in places far away that have heard the name Johnny Appleseed. So if you haven't, look it up. It's a really interesting story of a famous American that went around planting apple orchards and was a member of one of the world's weirdest apocalyptic cults. So, and he traveled the country preaching the word of this crazy, I think, Norwegian preacher that had claimed that the world was going to end in like 30 years. And so he was evangelizing everybody and getting everybody prepared for the coming apocalypse while planting apple orchards. So the unknown history of Johnny Appleseed that you don't learn in school is that Johnny Appleseed was a member of a crazy, crazy cult. And so, yeah. Other than that, there's a famous, so Fort Wayne is an interesting city in some bad ways. Fort Wayne wasn't always Fort Wayne. It was actually a Potawatomi Native American settlement for many, many years called Kikianga, and then it was conquered by Mad Anthony Wayne, a very murderous, crazy general that unfortunately worked for the United States, and once all of the Native American population were effectively eliminated or moved to other areas, he established a fort here, and to this day it's known as Fort Wayne. Johnny Appleseed is a fake name. Johnny Appleseed was known as John Chapman. That is his given name. Also, if you look it up, spell it with a Y and not an IE. He did his with a Y, so it might be easier to find. But John Chapman will also lead to the right place. Yeah, Johnny, that's why he traveled around like that. He could have been rich. I mean, he pretty much sold and gave away all of his possessions, which that part wasn't really bad. And then he traveled around, helping people and planting these orchards, apple orchards, and so he did a lot of good things in his life. But he was just a very very odd person and part of, like I said, an apocalypse cult. So I thought that was interesting. Johnny Appleseed would not believe that we were here today. Johnny Appleseed very much believed that we would all be gone, like this entire world would be destroyed, like he was coming around warning people of the apocalypse while planting apples. Well, planting apple. A lot of people think he just went around planting apple trees. He did not just go around and plant apple trees. He established orchards, like, for business purposes, and then sold them to people to run. So he was actually a businessman. He wasn't just random. He wasn't just some crazy dude, that was like, I need to go plant apple seeds. That was his business. So I think a lot of it's almost told as a children's story nowadays, like as if it's this silly man that went dancing around and planting apple seeds, wearing a pot on his head. Although I think there was some truth to the pot rumor, though. I think he did that for some reason. But yeah, check it out. Famous American folk hero, I guess, in a way. Sorry about that. With a lot of truth to the story. So, why is it not charging anymore? Okay, I'm gonna unplug and plug in here, see if we can solve this issue of the dying battery. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna pause the stream for 3 seconds. Okay, good news. It went down below 10%, plugged and replugged it in, we're already back to 11%, so I think that means we're cool for a while. But it's getting hot in here. Oh yeah, I turned my AC off so it wouldn't be annoying. I wonder if it hit 80 yet. I don't think so. Hold on. Oh, well, that's not gonna be. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to let that sit. It's not 85 degrees, but the thing is when you grab a thermometer by the probe, it typically goes to the temperature on the outside of your body. So, not the smartest grab that I've ever done. So, still no idea what the temperature is in here. It's definitely not 85 though. So yeah, if you've never seen my series my episode on Johnny Appleseed, make sure to go check it out. I talk about it a little bit more in the video and visit the locations. Like I said, not only the location of the real grave, but one of the fake graves. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was like, back in the day, it was like a touristy thing. They were like, some town in Ohio was like, well, if we lie and claim that Johnny Appleseed is buried here, maybe people will come visit, and it didn't work. I think it's like in the 80s right now. It's probably like 80, 85 maybe. Let's look. Oh no, maybe not. Is that accurate right now? It says it's 74 degrees. Okay, really? It's 2022, where everything tracks your location, and weather.com still wants to know what your zip code is. 72. It is not hot here. Huh. Well, there you go. 72 degrees. It's been probably the coldest day we've had in a while. We've been way up in the 90s and 80s. It's been an incredible heat wave. I think we've been breaking heat wave records for the last 10 years. Like, yeah. Things are definitely changing. Okay, sorry. Making sure that I'm getting notifications in for the video. It definitely is happening. Once again, if you haven't seen the new 539 video, hop over, check it out. Come back, let me know what you think. Give her a thumbs up if you like it, if you're entertained. And again, to those of you who are into the mausoleums, you'll be pleasantly surprised to see another brand new mausoleum video over there right now. And part of now a 2-part series, what will eventually be about a 5 or 6-part series, not all on mausoleums, but about around this Lindenwood Cemetery. Yeah, I heard that you guys are having some heat waves too. That's insane. Like, it's been a crazy, crazy year. I don't think that next year is going to be any less crazy though. So, 89 in Pennsylvania. That's kind of crazy because it's 74 here, and like we're like directly parallel to each other. So all I have to do to get to Pennsylvania is hit I-80, 80-90, I guess. So we must be getting some of that lake breeze today. Yeah, definitely, I say then, Gary. Yeah, we must be getting that lake breeze up here. Because if it's 79 down there, yeah, we must be getting some of that Lake Erie stuff. Or maybe Michigan, I don't know. Yeah, we found some interesting ones today. The McMillan one is really kind of cool. I wish I could have gotten a better look inside. I might try again next time. Especially if it's I might try to go on like a cloudy day. The sun was so bright and the glare was so horrible, and it's just like, and somebody was watching me the entire time. One of the cemetery workers. Well, either that or they were taking a break, but they were in my direction so they could see what I was doing the entire time. I'm not saying they were just specifically there for me. They were there for another reason. But yeah, like, so me like hanging off the side of the steps with the camera, trying to like point it in while trying to like shade the glass so that from the sun. Hey there, Shorty. Welcome to the live stream. Good to see you. So yeah, it looked a little weird, I'm sure. Obviously, if they would have walked over, they would have seen that it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, I'll probably try and do another view because I really want to get the side. It has like, to anybody that hasn't seen it, it's like a normal mausoleum, but then it has connected rooms over to the side where there's more internments. So yeah. Sorry. Trying to catch up on reading the comments while I'm saying this, but so I wasn't able to get really a good view because of the small windows and the glare and the sort of the angle. Like I said, I had to hang in order to I think I might have just gotten a packet. Alright, anyway, but yeah, it was just, I'm sure it looked weird, and I'm gonna just have to get a better view next time because I really want to do that one again. Maisie West Side. Maybe I'm thinking, I don't know which city we're referring to, but maybe I'm getting confused here. Anyway, but yeah, thanks for joining in. Just check. Oh, there's a Johnny Appleseed type of apple. That's interesting. I didn't even know that. Supposedly over in Ohio, there's an apple orchard there that has an original Johnny Appleseed planted tree. I want to go check it out sometime. I might have to go and film it and maybe include it in the next episode. Oh wow, I didn't need to turn low power mode on, and now it's constantly dimming my screen. That's really irritating. So yeah, I might try to do that. Again, I don't really know how you confirm that sort of thing to say yes, 100% this tree was planted, unless, I mean, obviously there were cameras, so maybe there could have been a photo, but I really kind of doubt it. What in the world is happening right now? Okay, hold on just a second, please. I have to go check a door. Alright. How do I do this without killing this entire thing? That's not gonna work. I don't know. Maybe we'll just let it be. I don't know if I can run fast enough to see what the heck's going on right now and then come back up. Why in the world? There we go. Thank you, Francisca. Thank you, Brenda. Alright, hold on. I gotta sprint for just a second and figure out what the heck's going on here and grab a drink. If the stream dies... Maybe I'll try and do one later tonight too. If it dies right now, then yeah. If it just pauses, give me a brief second. I'm gonna try to revive it. If you see the circle, give it just a second. Yeah, do that. Let us know what you find out. All right, I'm gonna be back in like 30 seconds probably. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. There was somebody at the door, but it's all good. Okay, can everybody hear me fine? Am I back again? Are we good? I think I've lost a few people. Yeah, I knew I couldn't get back probably fast enough. I accidentally hit the... I hate... The only thing... I love my Apple. I love my iPhone. I'm a big Apple fan. You know, I always have been. One thing I hate about Apples is like if you're wanting to be fast about something and it pops up on the screen, it's like, hey, your battery's low, and you go to hit OK, but then the low power mode's right next to it, and I hit low power, and now I have to exit the entire thing to go back and turn the low power mode off, and so every like 10 seconds it tries to turn, it starts the process of turning the screen off. It dims the screen, and then after like 10 seconds it'll turn it off and lock the phone. And so yeah, it turned out that there was somebody at the door, but yeah. Yeah. We're all good. And so yeah, I will continue to tap the phone occasionally, unfortunately, just to get it out of there so we can continue streaming a little bit longer here until I notice that the room's hot enough that I can't really do it anymore. But yeah, since I don't have, I think my iMac's not heating up, so I think we're good. So I apologize about the problems. I need to get like some sort of light. Maybe I can get a little ring light to go around the phone when I'm streaming from my phone. I want to try and bring back the regular streams. Like I said, I bought a brand new camera just for the well, a while ago, for the purpose of doing more live streams from the more professional setup. But yeah, since then I had my other computer crash and I had to reinstall everything from scratch. And yeah, I haven't logged back into all my other stuff yet, which is not a good excuse, but when you have high anxiety and staring at your sub count in the face actually ruins your day, that's what happens. So if you're wondering why I always stream from my phone, it's so I don't have to look at how YouTube is treating my primary channel. So I ignore it. And that's what we call YouTube burnout. Wait, did we get somebody? Oh, okay, no. It's me. Gotcha. Hey there, Kay. Welcome back. Damn, that's really gonna irritate me having to do that. Anyway, I guess that works. Where was I? What was it? Is there any travels I haven't talked about? Obviously, I want to go back to Cali. I'm trying my best to get out to Cali. Maybe November. But I'm not really sure. But I'll keep you updated if that does happen. If I go out there, I will be hitting up the San Francisco area again, so I'll be able to get some more stuff done there. Maybe do a few collabs while I'm out there. I'm sure it won't be quite as long of a trip this time. I don't know if I'll make it back to Vegas, although I would love to. I want to go to Death Valley really bad. But I'm not really sure on that. I might just go to Cali and then come back, and then if there's anybody along the way that I can collab with, obviously I have a few YouTube friends, well, see, I'm not really sure. I think somebody that I know might have moved to Colorado recently, so I might be able to meet them in Colorado instead of Nevada. And then I have a friend in Idaho. Some of you have seen RJ32 channel of Ryan from RJ32, and he lives in Idaho, so maybe some possibility there. Maybe he can meet me at the Nevada border or something. Oh yeah. I think I've seen that back in the day. Trying to remember that. Hey there, Faye. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Good to have you. Good to see you again. Yeah, man, that's been a long time. I think I've only seen it one time. Like maybe I think that's probably in 80s or 90s, maybe even older. I can't remember, but I think I've seen it. I know the animation. I can see the character in my head, but I don't remember the last time I've seen it or how old it is. A lot of those Disney movies are older than I am, obviously, so it's hard to tell sometimes. And obviously, the Johnny Appleseed story is older than Disney, so yeah, that could be. I wonder what year that was made. Oh, I have another computer. What do you know? Having access to every answer ever is within my grasp. Oh my. 1948. Okay, so. Wow. Yeah. I didn't realize it was that early of a Disney movie. Okay. I gotta go to the Disney Wiki now. I really want to know what story they told about Johnny Appleseed. Surely they're not telling the kids the accurate. Why is it playing film? Don't play the movie. So confused. How can... Oh, it's Disney. Okay, yeah, they can play the entire movie. Don't. So it's a standalone film. This is according to Disney Wiki, Disney.com, or Disney.fandom.com. So I guess it's fandom.com. So how are they streaming? Maybe that's just ads. I don't know. So the characters also found in the wonderful, according to the site, the wonderful world of Disney, the Mouse Factory, the Disney Family Album, the Ink and the Paint Club, 1997. I've never heard of that, even though that was, I guess I would have been in high school at that point. Or was that high school or middle? Whatever. Disney's American Legends. In 2001. Never heard of that either. Alright, so we need a... What is the plot? Oh, this is the character. It took me, I literally searched for the movie and it took me to the wiki for the character only. Sometimes I'm just not a fan of the way current search results work. And now it's trying to play this stupid video again. Okay, can we get, there we go, synopsis. The retelling of the story of John I doubt that. Yeah. Who spent his entire life roaming America and planting apple seeds. No, it's not. Yeah, I knew they were going to go off that. Thanks the Lord for his blessing. So they turned him in. I think his cult was a somewhat Christian-based cult. I think he did read the Bible. Okay, so it's not... I don't know why... This is the plot, not the... They're like literally going scene by scene. Sees a crowd of pioneers marching towards him. Seems highly inaccurate. Oh yeah, this is just... They just basically took the premise of Johnny Appleseed and turned it into a kids show. That's funny. Yeah, it just pretty much paints him as this guy that wanders America for 40 years planting random apple trees. Apparently gets visited by an angel. So yeah, it doesn't really discuss how John Chapman was a businessman that went around creating plantations and then selling them for money, you know. Even though he was it's not that he actually was a rich man, he did legitimately pretty much give away all of his possessions, and I think all the money that he made was either donated to charity or used to fund his ministries. But again, he was not just a normal, run-of-the-mill, go-to-church sort of guy. He was very much a part of a doomsday cult. Like, he was roaming around to preach the message of the doomsday cult, not just planting random apple trees for pioneers to enjoy. He was, and on that side again, he was a businessman. He was selling these plantations and orchards to people who would then continue caring for them and then sell the apples themselves. So he was creating businesses for people. You know, you know, because if you plant, he would essentially plant these seedlings or seeds or whatever, and then he would travel around between these different places and take care of them until they got to like a certain growth level, and then he could sell it to somebody else so that they could make profit selling these apples. So he was not just he was a crazy man that ran around doing weird things, but he was not a crazy man because of the apples. He was crazy because he was part of a doomsday cult. And I don't even think as part of the doomsday cult that he ever claimed to be visited by an angel, though. Maybe that is real. I don't know. I think that this Disney thing is just pure fiction. It's like they just took the name Johnny Appleseed in the vague idea, and then was like, okay, now write a children's movie. That's funny. But yeah, I'm sure it's worth a watch. Sort of. Maybe. I'd like to watch it just to see how highly inaccurate it is to the regular person, considering that the regular person, I'm sure he was a good guy, but his story is not exactly, I wouldn't say it's not kid-friendly, but it's not interesting in that way. It's interesting in, just how crazy weird his life was, and also his religious beliefs. Literally believing that we wouldn't be here today. Well, that's good to hear, Gary. Yeah, because I was taught in school that he was just some random weird guy that went around scattering apple seeds in random directions. We pretty much were taught the Disney film as pure history. Oh, that's awesome, Faye. Actually, me too. And the apples on ours are huge and plentiful. We also have so many peaches that the trees are about to collapse. Yeah, even though they didn't collapse in the storm. Actually, the only tree that collapsed in the storm was the oak tree, supposedly the strong one. Every other tree survived, and then it didn't blow the tomato vines over. The bushes, excuse me. We don't have vines this year. But yeah, we have Roma tomatoes growing, and it snapped an oak tree, and the tomato vines the tomato bushes were fine. I don't get that one. A nursery rhyme. Do I know that? I feel like I know that. I mean, I feel like I've heard the nursery rhyme. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like we did the nursery rhyme thing in kindergarten or something. Oh, did I say peaches? I meant pears. We have a peach tree, but it's very young still. It is making peaches, but it only made one peach this year, I think. But next year it should be. Yeah, we have pears. We have tons of pears. Peaches are awesome, but we don't have enough of those yet. But the tree's very healthy. It originally, when we got it, had 5 peaches on it, but when we planted it, the shock from planting it killed the peaches off. But I always said that I thought that's a good thing, because then it would, instead of continuing to grow the peaches, which takes a lot of energy and a lot of nutrients, instead if you remove them all, it'll focus the energy on root and leaf development. So that's my thought. I think it actually was good that we lost all the peaches. So, and then we have just a crap ton of crab apples. and they are edible and they taste very good, but they're hard to use. But we have like, I don't know, there's got to be like 10, 15 pounds of them at least on this tree. The tree's like collapsing under the weight. Like some of the leaves are like yellowing because it's spending all of its resources. I need to give it like some potassium and nitrogen or something. No, it should have it. I think I spiked that tree. Huh. Anyway, like it just decided to explode. So yeah. I guess if I only wanted to eat pears and apples, I could probably survive for a few months. I guess I probably decent. If I didn't want to eat any meat, I could eat a ton of tomatoes with just every herb in the book, and then zucchini. What few cucumbers are actually turning in from blooms to actual cucumbers, and pears, peaches, apples, crab apples. I could live pretty decent. Mint, tomatoes, sunflowers. Yeah, I got mint. I've got a few tomatoes. Now mint is an interesting one. I started collecting mints this year. I guess I only have 3. I have spearmint. I don't know if it's either. No, I have either spearmint or mojito. I think they might be the same. I'm not sure, but I think they're slightly different. I think I might have mojito actually, and then I have spearmint in the garden, and then I had pineapple mint now up in near the water garden, and I love that. And it really does smell like pineapple, and it's a variegated mint, so it's half green, half white leaves, and then some of the leaves turn all white, and it's really cool looking. If you've never seen it, definitely look it up. It's a cool one. If you ever want to pick up a different sort of flavored mint. Mint tea is very good. I've made mint tea a few times. Andrew, welcome from Bloomington. Yeah, I love Bloomington. I've been there more than a few times. I actually had some friends that lived in Bloomington. Yeah, I had never tried a crab apple until recently. I take that back. I tried one in elementary school from our crab apple trees, and they were terrible. There was crab apple trees at the school, and they were horrible. Whatever mine are, they're actually really good. I've only tried one once though. I don't usually. We've never used them for anything. They just fall off. But they are. Sorry if I'm. Persimmon tree. Oh, I would love to try that. There's another one. I'm not saying anything dirty. I want to try growing kumquats. All right, don't say anything. But they're really cool looking, and I want to try it. Yeah, I think citrus seem to be very picky the type of soil they're in. Pears, our pear trees seem to love joining. Well, I just read a comment. Love the clay. Sorry, what am I doing? But yeah, so anyway, with the crab apple thing, yeah, I just pulled one off and tried it, and it's pretty much like an apple, but it's way more tart. It's like just super sour. At least mine. They're kind of like, they're like a normal apple looking crab apple, just smaller. They're not the green crab apples. They're like the kind of, trying to think, they look like sort of like a pink lady apple, but just like a quarter of the size. It's just tiny. Well, I'm not doing the white power sign, I promise. They're tiny, they're like this. Promise that I'm not in a racist organization. Alright, anyway, but yeah, the crab apples are pretty good, but it's just, they're so cumbersome. It's like I would never want to make anything out of them. It's like you're just going to be sitting there hour after hour just because the seeds are poisonous, so you can't. Well, all apple seeds are poisonous, but so you can't eat that. But so you're imagining coring an apple 4 times, and that's just it's too much for me. I think I want to try at least once, but probably that's gonna be it. Um, so yeah, I don't know if anybody else. I've heard there's good recipes for crabapple pie. Um, I think tart. I think you can do crabapple jelly. Well, I'm sure you can do any type of jelly, but like I've heard that might be decent, but I don't know. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure if there's a better way to do it. I don't know if it's safe to boil apples with the apple seeds in them because, again, apple seeds are poisonous to a really bad degree. Like swallowing one won't hurt you, but like swallowing a handful would definitely end your life. So don't do that. If you know people that eat the entire apple, including the core, tell them to stop. Apples have cyanide in them. That is where that comes from, or at least one of the sources. Do not eat apple seeds, and do not eat crabapple seeds. Like, that will hurt you. Oh yeah, I have rhubarb too. Yeah, I love rhubarb. Oh, that's excellent. Sorry to hear it can't grow anymore. I will say, if it's because the plant died, I did find out one thing. Wait, no, never mind. You know more than me. Sorry, I'm not gonna argue with the farmer. Anyway, but to anybody else, who's trying to grow rhubarb and has ever had a plant die, sometimes the rhubarb likes to be split. It's a rhizome plant, and so rhizomes, well, at least that particular one, I don't know if it's all rhizomes, but after the rhubarb's rhizome gets to a certain size, I guess, it becomes, I don't know if it's unstable or unhealthy or what it is, but if you like split it, apparently and move half of it somewhere else, it'll rejuvenate the plant, I've heard. I've only done it once, technically. I didn't really split it. I found a runner that had grown a new rhizome, and so I took that, and that is still alive. And both of them are in a different location now. But I've had a decent year on rhubarb. I don't think any of it's been cut yet, though, so I think it's all one batch, so it's probably technically growing terribly. But I think it really got hit by the heat and does not like the humidity right now. So, which makes sense because it is a Canadian rhubarb, so. A lot of Diet Pepsi, that's scary. I drink a lot of Diet Mountain Dew. Yeah, that is one thing, like, my parents drank a lot of Diet Coke and then went on this kind of weight loss challenge with my 2 uncles and started drinking tons of water, and then all of a sudden it was like, if it loosened it up or what happened, but that's when it happened to her. So yeah, makes me want to start drinking my water right now in hopes that I can clear my body out before I have to go through something like that, because yeah, I've heard it's horrible. I've heard it's like in terms of like men with all the equipment or whatever, that it's as similar to birth as possible. So I don't envy that, and don't want to know what that's like. More power to all my women out there. I don't want to know what that's like, and that scares the living shit out of me. So yeah. But yeah, thankfully, I don't think she had to really pass any of them. They went in there with ultrasound and just annihilated those little things. And so it did end up causing a lot of. There was an emergency room visit. So that was initially somewhat scary because we knew already, so we had an idea, but you know, anytime you do that, it's scary. I'd never known about the stems doing that. Huh, that's interesting. Strawberry rhubarb pie. That does sound amazing. Sorry, I'm doing it again. Why don't I just switch to this live stream and read the chat? Alright. Yeah, I need to drink more water. I had been drinking a lot of it for a long time. So I'm sure I was able to clear out a little bit, but like, well, I don't know how that works with stones, if that is like that, but I mean, I'm sure that it's helped to increase my water content, but lately I've been, oh, I forgot to get a drink too. Shoot. But anyway, hopefully that's helping, because, yeah. Yeah, I've heard about the cranberry juice being pretty good for you. That does sound... I like cranberry juice. Now, the white is a little bit less bitter to me. The red is good, but I only do it every once in a while. It's kind of dry, but I do like it. So yeah, I don't even know the last time I've had cranberry juice though, honestly. Oh, 4 stone. Okay. I thought you meant 4 kidney stones. No, I got you now.